Hello everyone, I'm Lu Yan, and today my teammate Wu Yuesi and I are very glad to introduce the interdisciplinary project of our group to you, which features Lowland Kingdom. First of all, the problem scenario. What is the authentic problem? Well, in consideration of the speciality and interest of all the 7 teammates in our group, we decide to do something on liberal arts. And we will focus on 11th grade students who we think already has a good foundation of relevant knowledge and higher order thinking. Then what came to our minds was current affairs, because current affairs are associated to the school syllabus and even college entrance examination in mainland China. And more importantly, knowing current affairs can help students make better sense of the world around us. So, what is the most heated current affairs lately? Undoubtedly, One Belt One Road is one of them. But the topic seems a little bit too broad for our project. Then we narrowed down to only one place, a mysterious historical site along the Silk Road, Lowland Kingdom, which we think can arouse students' interest. Up to now, 4 activities can be designed in the scenario of reviving Lowland, but we are not very satisfied with it. After getting feedback from Professor Tai and going on more rounds of discussion, we figured out the true meaning behind Lowland is actually civilization. Yes, it's okay to study the past, but what's more important is to think about the present, solve the reality problem with creative solution. So, here are the revised tasks. Firstly, students study what civilization is through the example of Lowland Kingdom through the 2 most related subjects, history and geography. Secondly, we want students to extract a general theory model of preventive measures that can be taken to save an endangered civilization. Finally, students should transfer and apply what they have learned. That is, selecting another civilization around the world they care about most and giving a proposal on how to protect it. In summary, they will start this learning journey as 4 member groups, and they need to fully participate in all these 3 depths and totally 4 activities. In each activity, they will create their own products via ICT based on provided materials and scaffold. As you can see, students will be faced with increasingly great challenges, and we believe their intelligence will be developed from low level to high level. Okay, that's all my part. And then I will let my teammate Wu Yuesi to introduce the objectives and activities to you. Thank you.
So now comes to our objectives. In formulating possible epistemic cognitive goals, we didn't forget to include verbs of higher order thinking, which come from Bloom's revised taxonomy. Here you can see the first objective. There's paraphrase, attribute and outline, design, which covers the subcategories from understanding to creating. In the second objective, students are required to create a stage play or what is called role play, so their stage performance can let us clearly understand learning outcomes of the students, like how deep they understand knowledge and how well they apply it. We also think besides knowledge and ability, this project authentically helps them improve their performance in exam, especially in the logical thinking of the argumentation of the 2 disciplines. In that case, how do we design our activities? Actually, the learning can start at any point, but inherent learning is going to be the prior elements and stages. So at the beginning, we designed an interesting Q&A to cut into the main topic, which quickly aroused students' interest. And we use a rubric based on learning output, which means the product produced in each unit. You can see here. They are knowledge overview table, concept maps, and drama play. There's also different levels of self-assessment and peers, teachers assessment. We also set different percentage of scores so that students can clearly know what level they're at in the whole process. They can also adjust their learning at any time by properly using this rubric. In fact, our teaching in each unit is based on the specific step-by-step mode, that is, knowledge introduction, example presentation, and task arrangement. We're more like a co-constructor than an expert. Scaffold is provided for them, but there's always no standardized answer. Students can brainstorm and express their own ideas. We fully respect their innovative thinking. You can see the concept map here. We just give them some key points in stage 1 or stage 2, but they need to discuss the others. In Unit 3, designing a model for rescuing and protecting other endangered civilization is actually a challenging task. So we give some examples to show some feasible solutions. As designers, we consciously show how TPAC operates in our IPL. Let's talk about TK first. Learning is often facilitated by digital media. For instance, the design of our whole project runs through the application of Google Classroom as an online learning space, which delivers instructions and reinforces practice. The students can get an access to the Google Classroom at each unit. Here you can see. Thanks for the recommendation of the first group. So we upload a lot of resources in this Google Classroom, where it's also the online interactive learning community for students. They also need to learn how to use the XMind by themselves to better accomplish the concept map. As for PK, we have to mention the application of the jigsaw method. We all know and increasing influence on learning is the impact of collaboration in its various forms. So let me do a brief introduction of this method. In a group of 4 students, each of them specializes in a different fields, firstly. And then students specialize the same field. For example, if I'm a student A, specialize the environmental problem in group 1, I need to find another student who also specialize this environmental problem from group 2, group 3, or group 4, and so on. So we get it together, do some in-depth further learning. Finally, we return to the original multi-role group for knowledge integration and change our outcome and our studies. So finally come out the product. It can be regarded as kind of like the combination of collaborative and self-regulated learning, and it's more effective than traditional method. This IPL is based on discipline requirements of history and geography, which ensures that we do not deviate from the CK. The most important part is Unit 4, applying all of the knowledge learned before to perform in a drama play. So the students choose a side and shows us their mentality, solutions, and actions. So we'll evaluate their outcomes by watching their drama play. Last but not least, we hope that students can do a final and process self-reflection after the whole learning activities. They must upload their reflections in a Google Classroom and evaluate each other to truly complete a closed-loop learning. Here's some questions for they to rethink. So we're gonna stop here and thanks for listening. We also have a series of questions that we sincerely want you to give us some feedback. All these questions have been uploaded, so you're very welcome to communicate with us.